Hello, how's everyone doing tonight? Looks like we're having some more issues, of course, as usual. In Wyoming. Hello everyone else that's lurking right now. So Robbie just went live. I would have went live. I was just about to go live when he did, but so let's just address the first thing that happened this evening. All right. They're saying over at Natasha's that they're spreading a false narrative on what happened over at Nikki's this evening. So it wasn't the us mods, that were calling out Nikki this evening. It was far from the truth. No one with a wrench was causing any issues. A Divergent. So the issue was someone came in. It was Mustang Sally. And she had a confusing message in the chat. And she left, all right? I don't know what that message was about. It was awfully confusing, and for lack of a better term, Nikki got aggravated. All right. Nikki got aggravated. Hey, fool me once. So that's what happened. All right. That's a summary of what happened. And it's no real big deal. So they're trying to make it a big deal over at Natasha's. So she fails again at getting it right. All right. So let's just get down to what happened at Natasha's this evening. All right. So Natasha was being her hypocritical self. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, Amber. So Natasha was being her hypocritical self, and she sounded real stupid. All right. It was like she was saying what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. But does Natasha ever think does she ever think, well, I do those things too. Do the rules apply to me? Do those rules that she or those morals that she allegedly spits out of her mouth, they don't apply to Miss Cooper, do they? I've heard her many times drag people's kids, their families, and now she's mad it's being done to her. Boo hoo. Hey, socket. So she's saying, "Oh, what about my kids? What about my family?" Well, I actually give a shit, Natasha, if you actually didn't go after any other people's kids. All right? I actually give a shit. Yeah, she can't shut her damn mouth. She can't shut it if her life depended on it. Now, over at Nikki's this evening, I disagreed with Robbie. All right. Now, and I went up on his panel and I disagreed. All right. About his comments on Rachel. I don't believe her kids should be mentioned or dragged. I, all right. Now, Rachel shooting off her mouth over at Natasha's is fair game. All right. If she wants to sit there and talk shit, well, then I guess she's just making herself a target. I don't either, Wyoming. I don't either. And I'm not afraid to say when I disagree with Robbie. And I say it right to his face. Robbie knows if I don't agree with something, I'll say it to his face. And I did so tonight. All right. I will say so. Rachel never goes on panel, Wyoming. I can't remember the last time Rachel went on panel, Wyoming. I can't remember the last time. So, Rachel wants to go over it in Natasha's chat and say the nastiest things. Well, she's going to get a response. All right. But yeah, I don't hate Rachel. I just don't like what she's doing right now, Wyoming. All right. But at the same time, when you talk crap like this, you're going to get a response. But if Robbie wants to target Rachel in a clapback, that's fine. Rachel is fair game, in my opinion. Hey, Sarah. But I don't agree with Sarah's child being mentioned. All right. I'm just being honest here. I don't believe anyone's children should be. I believe they should be off limits, including their families. Thank you so much. You're welcome. But at the same time tonight, Robbie did have a point. Robbie did have a valid point. I don't know, I don't know. Sarah, a lot of snarky things, laughing at Robbie's essay. I'm not going to really talk about that because I'm at slime. I'm at bottom of the barrel. But things like that. Laugh emojis, same thing with Missy K. You're gonna ask her. You gotta ask her, Sarah. I'm not here to drag Rachel. I'm just commenting on what was said tonight over on our side. On our side of the things. All I could do is tell people what I've seen. All right. I've seen lots of them laughing emojis from Rachel. Same thing with Missy K. I even witnessed Missy K laughing it up when Scotty's getting dragged. Something Scotty's going to have to learn for herself. And it is very disappointing, Sarah. You're absolutely right. But they shouldn't be talking about someone's essay, laughing it up. It is disgusting. All right. So, I fast forwarded Natasha's stream tonight to the part where they get up on panel. Jax was really, really triggered. And I was like, what's your damn problem, Jax? You're the one who thinks you're a badass and you're mad at Robbie? What the fuck? And then you're saying, say it to my face, and then he goes and takes a link to say it to your face. And then you start threatening him. I think that's being a titty baby bitch. If I say so myself. So you can sit there and blow off your mouth, blow up, but you can't take it in return, Jax. And then I also heard Kim threatening Robbie for a welfare check. I heard that one too before Robbie pushed the live button this evening. There's no excuse for that. Why? Because Robbie decided to click the link tonight again. So what are you scared of, Natasha? What are you scared of? The truth coming out? What's wrong, Natasha? You can't control Robbie. What's the deal on that? I don't really care, but as Hockett's correct. Ever since you came back, this side of the community has been a wreck, a real train wreck, and it's all because of you. Congratulations, Natasha. You're nothing but a piece of shit. Congratulations. I don't know what I don't know, Divergent. I don't know what she was trying to say, actually. So I can't sit there and judge her for it. So Natasha just is sitting there being the hypocrite that she is, saying she can go after people's kids. And she keeps contradicting herself time and time again. And she expects this side of the community to even give a shit. Now, I can't control what other people do. All right. But I'm not going around with sock accounts with people's dead relatives on them, or family members, or people's kids. I find that unproductive and just plain low. All right. What's that actually going to get you? I'd rather go after someone with cold hard facts. But of course, Natasha never does that, does she? Because she had a problem with me, was it 2 years ago, three? She decides to call me the P word and decides to say I beat my mommy. So I debunk her on the P word accusations. And then she went with, oh, I beat my mommy. Yeah, it is. Fool me once. War can be a dirty thing. But sometimes the other side has to be a little better than the low down crowd. What I mean by that, what I meant today on Robbie's, is you got to show the people that you're a little more high class than they are. All right. You got to show them, well, you have some morals, you have some integrity left. I may have a big mouth. I may call some of them some names. I may know how to drag a bitch, but I have boundaries. You know, I don't go here, I don't go there. Yeah, the people over at the swamp, and especially over at I've noticed at Natasha's, they act like 4-year-olds. They act like little toddlers, cackling. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Oh, Nikki just got a little upset tonight. Got a little emotional, so should be fine. She'll be back tomorrow. I sock it. She just got a little upset. She was reviewing a video on Natasha and Zav girl profiting over bingo. She didn't know what was going on in her chat, and I couldn't give her, me, Wyoming, or any of the other wrenches couldn't give her an answer to what was going on, because we were like scratching our heads, like what is she talking about? What is this? What is Sally talking about? We're gonna give you any answers, you know. So yeah, what Natasha did with the Gannon case was disgusting. All right. I remember that day when I heard what Natasha did and Zav girl. And then I listened to Natasha's response to it. I was like, whoa, I'm calling this one out. So I did a nice big long response to it. It's on members only, so if anyone wants to listen, you can. So yeah, it's I don't go after people's kids. I don't go after their family members, because the fight isn't with them. It's with the person that's an asshole on here. The only time I'll go after someone's kids, Wyoming, is someone like Natasha Cooper. All right. Who has a child named Hannah, who's in Natasha's chat, in on the scamming, in on the conniving, and in on the cons. Hannah's even in on the makeup sales, collecting the money. Does everyone remember that? So Hannah is fair game. That's an exception to the rule. So if you see someone's kid that's probably of age, and they're in their parents' chat running things, or just being a chatter, and they're being despicable, just like their parent, they're fair game, just like their parent. And I'm sure Divergent, they had zero proof of that. They had zero evidence to back that up. Because I used to call out Johnny for his lying and scamming. And I questioned if he had autism in the first place. That caused quite a stir. Mm-hmm. So Natasha sits there and she says, "Oh, my kids, my kids." Really? After Natasha abuses her kids publicly on Facebook Live, she decides to cry foul after verbally abusing her niece, not her child, her niece. Let me correct myself. So she abuses her niece that she took in on Facebook Live. Not once, probably a bunch of times, for everyone else's entertainment. Just to bring in the dough. That's disgusting. That is friggin' disgusting. And the reason why I stuck up for voices back in the day with the split and splat comments is this. All right. Oh, I'm not going to play it. I haven't had time to play some more of it. I was going to do a review, but I could probably record that real quick and put it up. So voices actually wish Natasha's daughter the worst labor and hope she opened up split to splat or something like that. Well, sounds outrageous, doesn't it? To wish someone would do that. But it's all okay for Natasha to go after someone else's kid, someone else's parenting, or someone else's family. But someone else does it right back, and there's all sudden selective outrage. I'm sick of it. So you have to condemn voices because they do it to Natasha, but Natasha does it. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay if Natasha does it, isn't it? So it's okay for some of these people that go over to Natasha's. Oh, it's okay if Natasha does these awful things, but how dare anyone else do it? Oh, so Natasha can sit there and scam people, but no one else can. It doesn't work. Life doesn't work that way, especially when it comes to the law. You can't go into court and say the law is for everyone else. You'll be laughed out of court. The law is supposed to apply to everyone. But we all know if you have a good attorney, you get a better, or you have money, you get a better defense than everyone else in this country. But that's besides the point. You are still held to the same standard as everyone else. I just don't get some of these people. Natasha's not that good at it. She thinks she's this great dragger. I think she sucks at it. To be honest with you, she's losing her touch. I'll just say that. The worst you could say, the best you could do is put up someone's RP and terrorize them that way. She has to talk about someone's essay, make fun of that. That's all she knows how to do. That's all she knows how to do these days. I watched her address to Eli. She sucked. All she could do is tell Eli to take that microphone and stick it up his ass. Is that the best you can do, Natasha? I'm gonna take that Swiffy or whatever you want to call it, that I'll twist it up your ass and you'll probably like it. That's the best you could do. Or put someone's porn up. That shows laziness. It shows you have no skill. Oh, that's right. You got to go after someone's kids. You got to go after their families. Oh, yeah, that's right. And then you come up with the justification. Well, they went after mine first. Well, I'm really beginning to question who went after whose family first. Because, Natasha, you have a reputation for having no boundaries whatsoever. So, yeah. So, I see the cuck is trying to coach Eli, is trying to weasel his way into other channels on here. And I have something to say about that. Eli, what are you thinking? Nobody likes you. Do you get that by now? It's been how many years since you've been a failure on YouTube? You burned how many bridges already? So many to count. So what makes you think that Darling Nikki or Robbie will be any different? then Jamie, and everybody else that you fucked over. What makes you think? Yeah. Hello, Raleigh. What makes you think that things are going to be different? It's wash, rinse, and repeat with you. You think going after Natasha is going to make you popular? People already don't like you. It's not going to up your numbers. It's not going to make you any more money. You're still going to sit there and be a failure. Just you sit there, you mooch off mommy along with your girlfriend, and you want to and you expect us to believe you got this handled. You can't even do anything right. You don't. You believe everything you hear. You don't demand proof of anything. And you sit there running around the trail triggered because you're getting restrained or botted or whatever the deal is. You're not that smart, Eli. You're outsmarted time and time again. Why don't you just fess up and admit that? You are the entertainment. You even went on King and the Cuck show where you were the cuck. Don't you get that? You are the joke. Everyone laughs at you. You think you're gonna sit there and you're gonna win some battle that you're ill-equipped for? Think again. Why don't you just leave it to the smart people around here who know what the fuck they're doing? Just saying. And I don't appreciate you sticking your nose in where it doesn't belong. I actually care about people around here, Eli. You're not going to sit there and play your old games. I wouldn't say old games, same old games. With Nikki, with Robbie, with anyone else. Because you know what? They will kick you to the curb so fast, you wouldn't know what happened. Do you understand that? They don't put up with it's my way or the highway. They don't take demands. You don't get to go up on their panel and demand people get banned. No. It's their channel, their rules. You don't get to control everything that goes on around here. Mm-hmm. So this is my warning to you, Eli. You're already in hot legal water already. Do you want to make it worse? You already got sued by Tammy for what was it originally? $2,500, and you had to pay 5 easy installments of $250 in a settlement, and then you were begging afterwards to network with her while she stuffed that barbed wire stick up your ass. That's exactly what happened. She had that thing so far up, and you didn't even realize it. And you continued to antagonize, walking down the trail or walking around the block. And you think striking people down will shut them up? Fat chance in hell. Because I'm not going to sit there and shut up. What are you going to do? Cry home to mommy? Oh, that's right. You live with her. You pretend to be a doctor and you know everything when we have medical professionals in chat that know more than you. Yeah, some people don't. And he's really getting more and more pathetic, Wyoming, by the hour. He's trying to strike people down for using. Okay, this is what he did. All right, Wyoming. What he did was he copyrighted one of his old professional photos through the copyright office. All right, got it copyrighted, and then he's using it to strike people, to put in these copyright strikes. So if anyone's listening and they want to play his content, I recommend you start up another stream and add it to unlisted after you're done. Because once you fall out with them, he'll strike. He's known for it. He's an idiot, Wyoming. He's a moron. He's immoral. He goes real life. And he thinks he's better than everyone else because he has an estate. He's inheriting money. Oh, and then he has his lady, his girlfriend. That's funny. I would have thought that he met her on the street corner, picked her up on the street corner. With all the substance abuse issues she has. But they actually met on Match.com. Just for everyone's information. I don't either, Wyoming. I don't like it when he does it to anybody. I don't like what the cuck does to anybody. And then he has the nerve to threaten me on his walks sometimes. Jeez. All we do is get people together that don't like him and we point and laugh at him. Simple. The reason why he doesn't have anyone over at his chat is because he bans everybody. It's an echo chamber. That's another echo chamber. You don't agree with them? Hey, Red Pool Jack. Yeah, that's probably the truth, Jack. You know, it's he doesn't want to admit that because he gets this ego trip on telling everyone he's better, big and bad. You know, big and bad. We're on to you, Eli. We're watching. One false move. No, now I'm not going to sit there and tell everyone what to do. I'm just giving them friendly advice. When it comes to you. All right. Because we know you so well by watching your watching restreams of you. Yeah, I even restream you on occasion. You know, because you're such an idiot. People like to laugh at you. You accuse silicone of being the wrong person. So you dox the wrong person. So I wonder how that's going to go in a court of law. So you're going to summon the wrong silicone to court. That ain't going to go so well. Just because one of your troll buddies and your troll mod was a criminal record as long as the Nile says so. Once a loser, always a loser. Once a failure, always a failure. Yeah, I'm still watching the restreams. Hey, some of them are funny, some of them are pathetic, but it is what it is. But Eli, don't get, why would people go to a channel where they're all banned just to hate watch? They'd rather go to a channel where they can all congregate and talk among themselves. I would think that he would thank restreamers for keeping the haters out. But of course, he sits there and has a fit. Thinks he's gonna make all this money on YouTube. Oh, well, I'm gonna be a success. When it's coming out when that is GNA, it's a total scam. Oh, that's right. You and Natasha have something in common, Eli. You're both scammers. That's right. You're both scammers. Your so-called business is a scam. And then Natasha lies about where all her money's going. That's right. She does someone's taxes and tries to steal the money. That's fraud and scamming. Must I go on? Tax fraud. Tasha's good at that. Using other people's information to monetize her channel. I'm just curious. I'm just really curious on whose name she's using this time to put on her AdSense. Because each time she gets she monetizes her channel, she has to use a new name, doesn't she? Isn't that a crime, Natasha? To use someone else's info and stick them with the taxes each year? Even if you claim the income on your own taxes, which I don't know if you do. That shows up on the name of the person whose information you're using. Social security number. So they're on the hook for that money you're making too. So it's like you're double dipping. That's fraud too. I wonder. I wonder if the police are investigating that. You never know these days. When you have someone like Kim that's always on our panel instigating, making threats, when she has someone that's not supposed to be in her house. That's right, Kim. Don't you have a restraining order on him? Oh, that's right. You let him into domestic violence housing. You're scamming them too. Oh, sucks. I saw the message over at Robbie's messages. You really are a piece of work, Kim. Who wants to make a bet? How long will it take until Crafton starts beating her up again? Even Crafton said, "Oh, her breath smells, her crotch smells." I'm sure it did. A lot more probably smelled. To be honest with you, her whole personality stinks. She sits there and scams, puts up go save my house fund when she didn't even own the house. But then goes rents another house, a nicer version, with the money she did collect. And then brags about it on her community post. I did a stream on that a while back. When she featured it on her community wall before she left. And now she's back. And the first thing she does when she comes back is she mentions me. She mentions Nikki, Robbie. She has to start a problem. Even Retro don't want her. That tells you something. Because Retro is on bottom of the barrel, so is Amy. She's trying to Kim was trying to impress them. They like to make fun of people that get SA'd. Kim didn't fit in with them. I think you know what I think? I think Kim wants to get her morning show back on the road, but no one wants to go over and support her. Yeah, for good reason. You alienated so many people, Kim. No one wants to give you a damn thing. So you're over there kissing Natasha's ass, and she can't even see it, unfortunately. I see a bunch of people over there just over there with her hand out. What can Natasha do for me today? It's utterly pathetic. They're all over there wanting something. Someone dragged when Natasha can't even do a good job at it, by the way. She sucks at it. Kim just gets up there and tries to antagonize people in chat or other people, or she tries her best with her husband. And you know, this is the thing that really gets me. All right. She says she doesn't deal with people like me who beat their mommies when she made the whole thing up. All right. But she has a convicted domestic abuser on her panel. It just astounds me. So she actually promotes domestic violence against women. Perfectly all right with Natasha, as long as you kiss her ass. And that's what it tells me. You let people up, and you're friendly with someone who beats women up. Not once, not twice, but many times. You're actually endorsing it. But she decides to sit there and promote the abuse of women. But she sits there and then she sits there and puts me down for something she totally made up and knows nothing about, by the way. I think they like train wrecks, and Coops is a train wreck. That's what I think. And there's nothing to be scared of. I don't get why so many people are scared of Natasha. What's she gonna do to you? Make a meme of you with the AI generator? What's she gonna do? Talk real nasty? Sexually harass you? We all know she has no boundaries. Yeah, and then some people, I think, this is what I think, all right? I don't know. I think people actually enjoy people getting ripped apart to pieces like that. Because I remember that reality show. It's like The Bachelor, but it was full on drama. It was aired on MTV. Okay. It was the Tila Tequila, those 2 seasons of it. It was the bisexual version of The Bachelor or Bachelorette or whatever you want to call it. So she had men and women. She was dating men and women at her mansion or whatever. So things at the rose ceremony got emotional. People were fighting. So it was like high ratings. Maybe it's the same thing. You know, you got some unhinged people in Natasha's chat, And you got Natasha making a fool of herself. So maybe people are laughing at Natasha, you know? Who knows? I think people go over there for different reasons. Some people are saying, okay, what's she going to do today? What's she going to say? Am I going to get mentioned? Because we all know she has a long history. All right. She has a long history. When she has no content, she'll start dragging her chat full of loyal supporters. Maybe because they didn't donate for a while, or yep, that show, Kendra. Yep, A Shot at Love with Tila Tequila. I remember that show. I think it was in 2008, 2007. Yeah, that show was insane. All right. There was like fights several times, the jealousy. The women were horrible. They used to pull each other's hair out. So maybe it's the same thing over at Natasha's. Natasha makes a fool of herself. Her hypocrisy is funny to some people. I was laughing today at her monologue. I said, does she realize she's contradicting herself so many times? Yeah, what a time to be alive, Kendra, you know? And she even admitted today that she only cares about herself. It's keeping the money, 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 money. Who cares about everyone else's feelings? And it's like, she really is this shallow. She really is a shallow bitch. Now, all right, I'll be fair and say I do agree with Natasha sometimes, but does she really mean it? Does she really mean what she's saying? Fuck no. I think she's just I think she's just a big circus act. All right, she's just a big circus act that pretends that she's moral. Or has her head put together sometimes. That's just how I view it. So, oh, women can be the worst, Wyoming. And they call men, and they call men, I think it's pretty sexist. All right. To just sit there and call men the worst gender. All right. Especially when it comes to criminals. Because we see Natasha's a criminal. She sits there and scams people. And she has a different scam for a different day of the week. But you see some of these females that are in state prison, and you got to see some of their crimes are heinous. So it's kind of a myth when it comes to females. Oh, they can't believe a woman can do that. It's kind of so. All right. So I'm going to address something that happened the other day. Actually, 37, fool me once, 37, but I'm not worried about that number. Um I'm not like some people. So it's actually pretty good for this time of night. So all right. So me and Scotty kind of got into it. All right. Over in Nikki's chat. And I just want to put my feelings out there about the whole situation going on. I don't hate you, Scotty. All right. I don't hate you. I actually feel sorry for you in a way. I did call you blind. All right. I was in some ways. I had to learn a few lessons the hard way on here. I'm not calling you stupid. All right. No way am I calling you stupid. Okay. But sometimes when you hear a one-sided story from a few people that you're close to, it's not always the whole truth. Okay? Just putting that out there. So, you said that I'm biased on this whole situation. You calling me I'm just starting trouble and I don't want any peace around here. I kind of got offended by that. I wasn't triggered or anything, but I was like, I thought, are you kidding me, Scotty? It seemed to me that you were clueless as to what was going on. It's like you weren't being told everything. All right. Now I can understand that you want everyone to get along, and that's absolutely all right. But you got to have people that you're friends with. They gotta want to get along. All right. They gotta want, for the most part, to be peaceful. Okay, Scotty. Yeah, this is what I'm not dragging her, Wyoming. I just have something to say. All right. I just have something to say to Scotty, and I'm just gonna what you accused me of is starting trouble or whatever. That's farther from the truth. All right, Scotty. And then Rachel came in and said, "Mind my own bit." I don't. A few people came in and said, "I don't mind my own business." Well, neither do you, Scotty. So there's that one. All right. So so there was this sock that came into Nikki's. All right. Wasn't causing any problems. But of course, I know the drill. I dealt with it before. And she probably messaged Scotty, please get that account out of Nikki's chat. Yeah, she got triggered. All right. Let's just say it for what it was. and say she doesn't want, and then Scotty Cook comes over and says, she can get, Nikki can get privacy struck. But before that, I said, I don't care. Nikki's channel is not an echo chamber. As long as you're not throwing rocks at people in Nikki's chat and not bullying anyone, you're perfectly fine. As per her rules. Don't go after the mods. Don't. You get what I'm saying? I have few rules here, too. My chat's not an echo chamber. But if you are here to start a problem, one of the mods, me or one of the mods, are going to show you the door. We don't have time for that. So, Scotty, I'm just going to say this all started because you're over at Natasha's chat. You went up on our panel. And you had a laugh emojis when I was getting dragged. You were talking smack about me. So yes, I did go up on Jamie's. And I did talk smack back. All right, I admit it. And I'm sure you would have done the same fucking thing. But I also seen Missy K doing the same fucking shit. And she's still doing it. So let's just leave it at that. So Scotty, if you want to take a link or you want to message me, I'm willing to talk to you. All right. I'm willing to talk to you about it. As I said before, I don't hate you. I just wanted to get some of my feelings out about this whole thing. I'm not calling you names. I'm not making fun of you. Oh, yes, and I did call you scabies a few times in chat. Or on the panel. Because it did look like you were backstabbing us, all right? That's what it looked like. So, there isn't much of a update with the escapees in Louisiana. They arrested another person for assisting after the escape. In New Orleans, it's... And get a load of this. All right. There was another escape at a separate facility in Louisiana yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before. It's after midnight. So there was another parish jail. Okay. So I think this guy named Trevon Johnson, I think that's his name. Don't quote me. Escaped from another parish jail or county jail, and this was his second escape in a year from the same facility. And I'm like, so you have an escape. So 3 people escaped last year, and the same guy escapes again from your facility the other day. Louisiana, you have a problem with your facilities. You got a public, not just a public relations crisis, but a public safety crisis. But the good news with this case is they caught the guy probably within 24 hours. So this guy was able to outsmart the guards or distract the guards and able to get out. And they didn't notice the guy missing for 5 hours. He was a total dipshit on the run. All right. So we got to at least be thankful for that. It was a total dipshit running out in the open, and he got himself caught. Most prison escapees get caught within 24 hours. Usually 5 hours or less. They're usually not far from the prison. That's if they managed to get out in the first place. There were several escapes where they were found outside the jail. You get what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. But the New Orleans escape is one of those rare ones where they're out for a week or so. There are several where they actually made it out and they actually had freedom for days. So I'm just pretty flabbergasted by the incident the other day with I can't even pronounce the parish. That starts with a T. Tapahoe or something like that. Tapahoa or yeah, it's when I was looking for updates on the New Orleans escapes, and then this one pops up, and he scales the fence, and they caught that whole thing on tape. I think that sheriff needs to tear down his jail and put up a new one because that place is not doing anybody any good. The New Orleans place was built in 2015, and they didn't even upkeep the place. 10 years old and full of problems. The electronic locks are broken, along with a bunch of other problems. Technology is only good if you upkeep it and fix the things, fix everything. So they're bragging about. So what they're bragging about is they built an unescapable prison. Some places are bragging about it. I don't buy it. All right. So they could escape There's been escapes from brand new facilities when the procedures aren't followed. All right. So, did they say that about the Titanic when they said the Titanic was unsinkable? I don't think there's an unescapable prison. All right. They can make it very difficult for inmates to escape. But if you have the technology fail or protocols not followed, I think that's useless, as we're learning now. So, I want to thank everyone for coming tonight, and I'll see everyone next time. Please hit the thumbs up on the way out, and I'll see everyone in another time. All right.